When someone texts your Twilio number, Twilio makes an HTTP request to your app. Details about that SMS are passed via the request parameters. Twilio expects an HTTP response from your web app in the form of TWIML, which is a set of simple XML tags used to tell Twilio what to do next. Let's create a Python app that receives a text message and responds to it. First, we'll create a directory where our project will live and initialize a virtual environment. Then we'll install Flask, the popular micro web framework, which we'll use to receive Twilio's request. We'll also install the Twilio Python library for generating the TWIML that we need to respond with. Next, we'll create a file called app.py and import the Flask and request objects from the Flask library. We'll also need to import the Twilio Python library. Then we'll initialize our new Flask app. We'll need a route to handle a post request on the message endpoint. Let's use the route decorator to tell our app to call the SMS function whenever a post request is sent to the /SMS URL on our app. Details about the inbound SMS are passed in the form-encoded body of the request. If you want to see all of those parameters, you can log the request.form dictionary to the console. The two most useful parameters are the phone number the SMS was sent from and the body of the message. We'll use the Twilio library to create a TWIML response object that tells Twilio to reply with a message. This message will echo the phone number and the body of the original SMS. Finally, we'll tell our Flask app to run, save our file, and start the server, which will listen on port 5000. Our app needs a publicly accessible URL. To avoid having to deploy every time we make a change, we'll use a nifty tool called ngrok to open a tunnel to our local machine. This generates a custom forwarding URL that we will use to tell Twilio where to find our application. Now we just need to point a phone number at our app. Open the phone number configuration screen on your Twilio console, scroll down to the A Message Comes In field, and punch in the URL for our message route. Click Save, and then text our number. If you'd like to learn more about working with Python and Twilio, check out the documentation at twilio.com/docs.